The Florida Constitution, Article 2, General Provisions, separated into 9 sections. State boundaries, seat of government, branches of government, state seal and flag, public officers, enemy attack, natural resources and scenic beauty, ethics in government. English is the official language of Florida. Section 1. State boundaries. A. The state boundaries are: begin at the mouth of the Perdido River, which, for the purposes of this description, is defined as the point where latitude 30 degrees 6 feet 53 inches north of and longitude 87 degrees 31 feet and 6 inches, or minutes, I don't know what those mean, west intersect. Thence to the point where latitude 30 degrees 17 feet and 2 inches north and longitude 87 degrees 31 feet and 6 inches west intersect. Thence to the point where latitude 30 degrees 18 feet 0 inches north and longitude 87 degrees 27 feet and 8 inches west intersect. Inches. Thence to the point where the central line of the intercoastal canal, as the same existed on June 12, 1953, and longitude 87 degrees 27 feet 0 inches. Is it inches, minutes, degrees? I don't know. I'm ignorant. West intersect, the same being in the middle of the Perdido River. Thence upon the middle of the Perdido River to the point where it intersects the south boundaries of the state of Alabama, being also the point of intersection of the middle of the Perdido River with the latitude 31 degrees and 0 by 0 north. Thence east along the boundary state line of the state of Alabama, the same being latitude 30 degrees 0 by 0 north to the middle of the Chattahoochee River. Thence down the middle of the said river to its confluence with the Flint River, thence in a straight line to the head of the St. Mary's River, thence down the middle of the said river to the Atlantic Ocean, thence due east to the edge of the Gulf Stream of a distance of 3 geographic miles, whichever is the greater in distance. Thence in a southerly direction along the edge of the Gulf Stream, or along the line 3 geographic miles from the Atlantic coastline and 3 leagues distant from the Gulf of Mexico coastline, whichever is greater, and whichever is greater, to and through the Strait of Florida and westerly, including the Florida Reefs, to a point due south and 3 leagues from the southernmost point of the Marquesas Keys. Then westerly along the straight line to a point due south and 3 leagues from Loggerhead Key, the westernmost of the dry Tortuga Islands, thence westernly, northerly, and easterly along the arc of a curve 3 leagues distance from Loggerhead Key to a point due north of Loggerhead Key, thence northeast along a straight line to a point 3 leagues from the coastline of Florida, thence northerly and westerly 3 leagues distant from the coastline to a point west of the mouth of the Perdido River, 3 leagues from the coastline as measured on the line bearing south 0 by 1 by 0, 0 degrees by 1 by 0 west from the point of the beginning, thence northerly along said line to the point of the beginning. The state of Florida also includes any additional territory within the United States adjacent to the peninsula of Florida lying south of St. Mary's River, east of the Perdido River, and south of the state of Alabama and Georgia. This is a nice description and the way all land should be described. All land acquired in treaty, in patent, in allodium. That's interesting. Section B. The coastal boundaries may be extended by statute to the limits permitted by law, by the laws of the United States or international law. Section 2. Seat of Government. The seat of government shall be in the city of Tallahassee in Leon County, where the offices of the governor, lieutenant governor, cabinet members, and the Supreme Court shall be maintained, and the sessions of the legislature shall be held, provided that in time of invasion or grave emergency the governor, by proclamation may for the period of the emergency, transfer the seat of government to another place. Branches of government. The powers of the state government shall be divided into the legislative, executive, and judicial branches. No person belonging to one branch shall exercise any power appertaining to either of the other branches unless expressly provided herein. The state and seal. Section 4. State and seal. State seal and flag. The design of the great seal and flag of the state shall be prescribed by law. Section 5. Public officers. A. No person holding any office of emolument under any foreign government or civil office of emolument under the United States or any other state shall hold any office of honor or of emolument under the government of this state. No person shall hold at the same time more than one office under the government of the state and counties and municipalities therein, except that a notary public or military officer may hold another office, and any officer may be a member of a Constitution Revision Commission, Taxation and Budget Reform Commission, Constitutional Convention, or statutory body having only advisory powers. B. Each state and county officer, before entering upon the duties of the office, shall give bond as required by law, and swear or affirm. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support, protect, defend the Constitution and government of the United States and of the state of Florida, and that I am duly qualified to hold office under the Constitution of the state, and that I will well and faithfully perform the duties of said office, the title of the office on which I am now about to enter. So help me God. Oh, that's interesting. And therefore shall devote personal attention to the duties of the office and continue in the office until a successor qualifies. C. The powers, duties, compensations, and methods of payment of the state and county officers shall be fixed by law. And the history is Amendment H, House Joint Resolution 1616, 1988, adopted 1988. Amendment proposed by the Constitution Revision Commission. Revision number 13, 1998. Filed with the Secretary of State May 5th, 1998, and adopted 1998. Section 6, Enemy Attack. In periods of emergency resulting from enemy attack, the legislature shall have power to provide for prompt and temporary succession to the powers and duties of all public offices, the incumbents of which may become unavailable to execute the functions of their offices, and to adopt such other measures as may be necessary and appropriate to ensure the continuity of government operations during the emergency. In exercising these powers, the legislature may depart from other requirements of this Constitution, but only to the extent necessary to meet the emergency. Interesting. Section 7. Natural resources and scenic beauty. A. It shall be the policy of the state to conserve and protect the natural resources and scenic beauty. Adequate provision shall be made by law for the abatement of air and water pollution and of excessive and unnecessary noise, and for the conservation and protection of natural resources. B. Those in the Everglades agricultural areas who cause water pollution within the Everglades protection area or the Everglades agricultural area shall be primarily responsible for paying the costs of the abatement of that pollution. For the purposes of this subsection, the terms Everglades Protection Area and Everglades Agricultural Area shall have the meanings as defined in statutes in effect on January 1st, 1996, and the history is amendment by the initiative petition filed with the Secretary of State March 26, 1996, adopted 1996, amendment proposed by the Constitution Revision Commission, revision number 5, 1998, filed with the Secretary of State May 5th, 1998, adopted 1998.